Today on the podcast, I brought on my old friend, Seth Gregory. Seth came down to visit me here in Austin from Lafayette, Indiana, where he's a senior at Purdue University. He came down to visit and explore an opportunity with Salt Company. Part of what they do is they plant churches in college towns, and they're getting ready to do that here at the University of Texas at Austin. And Seth was exploring an opportunity to be a part of that church plant process. And today on the podcast, we dug into his experience coming back around to Christianity, how Salt Company became a place for him to find community, and then just the general experience both of us have had in maturing and coming into 2026. Seth and I met in high school, but it wasn't until about midway through our college experiences around 2023 that him and I reconnected again. We've done 21st birthdays together, some Halloween parties, done two-stepping here in Austin, and have made an effort to continue building our relationships over long distance. It was a good conversation. Seth's a great friend of mine, and I hope you enjoy the episode. We've been jabbering on about birds a little while. Seth,
good.
Welcome to Austin.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And the podcast.
Yeah, it's the first one.
First one?
Never done this before, so I'm a little nervous, but like, I'm chill. Yeah.
Yep. Good thing you got your little pineapple
Yeah,
in
bro.
a can.
Dude, this is actually so good. We had the grapefruit thing this morning.
Yep.
And that was really good.
Yep.
But this one might take the cake for me, honestly. That was my favorite.
The thing with the big ones is they're double the salt of that.
Okay.
So that's 500 milligrams in 12 ounces. And then this is 1,000 milligrams of sodium in 16 ounces.
Okay.
So it's double the stuff,
Yeah.
but only like a 0.25% increase. So it's pretty salty.
Yeah.
But this has the same amount that was in the pack that you put in your water.
Got you. I was gonna say it was pretty salty, but it was good. It was good. So.
Yeah, that's how this is.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan, especially since we're gonna hit the sauna later.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited.
Yeah. Sweat it all out.
Yeah. We might have to take like a cold plunge. Like
We have them in there.
I'm down, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like if I get sweaty enough, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm dying.
We could probably do it tomorrow. The thing is, they don't recommend doing cold plunges after working out because it will stunt the like hypertrophy, your muscle, because it when you work out, your muscles, it's like it triggers an immune response, and so all the little repair cells go to the spot. It's like that's why inflammation. That's why you get the pump. But the cold plunge in the cold, it's like putting an ice pack on a sore thing. It decreases the inflammation and it stops the growth.
Yeah.
So we can do the cold plunge tomorrow, and then we can have a new tonic.
Dude,
And
let's do it.
Today we work out, we get the element.
Word.
And the creatine gummies.
Yo.
Got them out there too.
Yeah,
Blue raspberry flavored. We're turning you into a podcast, bro.
Basically, I'm gonna be a podcast bro by the end of this. And like, dude, that'd be so sick. I've thought about like, dude, like the possibility of just starting my own. Like, I say some pretty crazy stuff. But like, I don't know if I could like find enough content for me to like really go off on. But maybe it could be in the future.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You find your niche.
Yeah.
You talk about like plants.
Yeah. Then you talk about plants and forests.
Yeah.
Like just like some like weird facts.
Yeah.
Like weird facts.
That sounds a little bit more like, hey guys, like a TikTok. Hey guys, I just found this bush right here. It is.
This is the Lionis Macchii. It's actually known as amber honeysuckle.
There you go.
There you go.
you can be you can be Seth the plant guy on TikTok.
Who knows, man? I haven't had TikTok for like 2 years.
Good man.
Actually, it might be longer. 3 years. Wow, I'm old. Okay, but yeah.
The freshmen are calling you Unc now.
Yeah, dude. All the freshmen call me Unc. I had one call me Gramps. And I was like, bro, I'm 22. Like, you can take it down a little bit longer. Like, we're chill. We're chill. But they're like, I just like realized freshmen are like 18 and 19.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. That seemed like forever ago for me.
Yep.
But
you're young and dumb.
Yeah, seriously. I was dumb.
Yep. So now, what are you doing in Austin? Like,
yeah.
why are you here?
Obviously I'm visiting you, but I'm also came down for a vision trip with the Salt Company, and they're like a Christian organization, a part of like the Salt Network, and so they're kind of like
Speaking of
missing.
salt,
Yeah,
dude,
bro.
you got the
Stay
sponsorship
stay
right here.
salty, Salt Company, bro. Dude, we got to get Salt Company on this. Element, yo, reach out.
There we go.
Reach out to Salt Company. It's literally made for you. Yeah, but it goes in. They're kind of like how they actually got salt was like from Matthew in the Bible. It says, like be the salt and light of the earth, right? And so, that's like basically being called to like, you know, as salt, like we call it to preserve, but we're also called to be like different, right? And
Like
stand
add
out in that
flavor.
light, yes, and add flavor to whatever it is, right? And so, yeah, and so a big thing for them also is church planting, and so what we're doing there, and yeah, is like kind of having a local church to send out other church plants in a college university. It's like the best way to reach college students is through college students, right? And so, yeah, it's been such a blessing. But that's actually why I'm here. Is they're doing a church plant in Austin called The Way, and I'm just here checking it out and like getting to see. We actually start the actual trip tomorrow, and so that'll go till Sunday. But yeah, I get to like basically an opportunity to like move down to like a lot of like people that go on plants like don't even really have like a whole like plan
Uh-huh.
as far as like some of the launch team members go. But that's like in my eyes that's like so admirable because like wow, these people like
Just pick up and leave.
yeah, just pick up and leave and like they're so dedicated to like what God has planned for them and like they're kind of casting everything else aside to be like, dude, I know like I'm probably like gonna have a hard time finding a job. I'm leaving behind like a lot of friends and family. And I'm leaving behind like comfortability. Is like a big one. And so um I just think it's like so cool to like wow, I get a chance to like be a part of that. And also get to like not only like be a part of it, but I get to reach other people. Which is just I'm a big talker, bro. Like I know like it's yeah, I kind of yap, but yeah, I
So
just
basically there's this. So is the church plant already a thing, or is it like something that's starting? Like, is there a church site that Salt oversees in Austin? There is one
mm,
already.
so no, there's not a physical like church yet that I know of. I'm sure I'm gonna find out more this weekend, but yeah, I think it's it's basically we have like a launch team coming here, and I think they're supposed to be starting up like this fall, I
Mm.
think. And there is like a pastor and like there's a so like they have like their own pastor. There's a salt director as well. So
For like the student ministry part.
yes, so the the salt network plants churches, and so they have a local church pastor, and so like basically like from Purdue, so I go to Purdue, and so there's like Jordan Adams is our like lead pastor
Hmm.
at the chapel, and so the lead pastor at the chapel, we planted that church from
Another launch
yeah
team.
yeah through a launch team, and I actually don't know where we were planted from. I'm sorry guys, but yeah, and so then there's a salt director, Brandon Johnson. Everybody called him Beej because he's just a dog. But anyways, so we have like he's kind of like the director of like everything in the college ministry.
Hmm.
And it's yeah, so it's kind of like gonna be the same here. And I'm excited to just see like I'm kind of getting thrown into it,
Hmm.
so I'm like learning as I go. But it'll be really cool. So
So there's in the fall this both Salt Company, the student ministry, and the church will be starting up as like this same kind of thing. So a bunch of
yeah,
people from around the U.S. are coming. They just flew into Austin to hang out for a weekend to see whether it's something they might want to be a part of the launch team. There's already a launch team set up.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
whether they might want to come down and help facilitate Salt.
Yeah, so like basically like I guess like I said that wrong. It was like the launch team like you can apply to be a part of the launch team.
Mm-hmm.
And so but there's like kind of like I would say like an outline
Okay.
or like a skeleton of people already here
Okay.
that are like helping like bring stuff in, figured out resources and all this other
So
stuff.
there's a handful of main people
Yes.
already on site, and then
Yes.
this is a potential recruiting opportunity to get
Right.
other people on board.
Yeah, and just like see the city, like
Yeah.
see what Austin's about. I know we kind of talked about it like a little bit yesterday, but like keep Austin weird, you
Yep.
know? Like I've like been here like less than well, maybe
Not
even
even
less than
24
24
hours.
hours. Like
Yep.
and dude, it's freaking awesome. It's weird and I love it. It's really cool. And like they just like wanna it's basically an opportunity to see that.
Yeah.
And also to like get to know the pastor, get to know the people that you're gonna potentially be working with. And like hopefully you find that like passion
Hmm.
to get to like explore that and you know, learn more about each other. So
And so it's built around college students hanging out with other college students. So
yeah,
where did that train start for you? Like, how did you get plugged into Salt?
yeah, dude, that's a great question. Wow, okay. So yeah, like I guess I can like give you a little bit of my testimony. If that's
Go
cool.
for it.
So like I'm gonna keep it a little bit shorter, but yeah, it's like we went to the same church
Back in high school.
back in high school, and so like, and then I kind of went off to college, and like, dude, it took like a turn for the worst, bro. I was probably like, I was drunk or high like most of the like 4 or 5 times out of the week, and then like just really kind of like living a lie because I was still like playing on that band,
Mm,
and it was I was living a lie, and like it was just not good, and so that was like basically like all of my like freshman year, like chasing after girls, you know, like being a dumb college student, like you know
mm-hmm,
what I mean. And I was like after that I felt just like so broken and like disgusting. And I was so, like I was just lost
mm-hmm,
honestly, and so after that like that freshman year, like going into the summer there, and even like into like some of like my sophomore year,
mm-hmm,
like that fall, I like I pretty much like lost a whole bunch of friends, and like I just felt like broken because I was like all the while like I was partying and then like going to bed at like 3 a.m., waking up at 5, and like playing at the worship team. Like I'm gonna be real, like you know,
mm,
and like that was that was me. But it's also like a huge part of my testimony because of like after that, like I stopped going, like I kind of like just didn't know what to do. And that summer I just threw myself into work because I lost friends. I didn't have any reason to drunk get drunk or get high.
mm-hmm.
I didn't really have any friends to do it with, so it was like, what's the point, right? And so I go into that like sophomore year there, and I started to actually like feel like disconnected from God and like his like presence, and like what's like the point of all this, like you know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
I felt worthless. um and so from there like I ended up like taking a step down from the worship team, like realizing like, hey, like dude, I need to get this right because like
Mm-hmm.
ultimately like God is my salvation. And so from there, after like that was kind of like the end of like fall semester towards
Mm-hmm.
the
So
end.
this is around like December.
Yeah, it's like
Was that
November.
November
Yeah.
2023?
Oh, sure. I don't know.
Yeah, probably
Probably.
2023 because we
Yeah.
just had
I
so then
graduated
20.
22,
Yep.
so this would be yeah 23. You're
Okay.
right.
Going into
Um.
spring 2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that like kind of section right there, um I got introduced to like Salt Company by McKenna Sands
I also
actually.
went to the church. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so and she just like told me like, hey, you should come check this out. I was like, okay, like cool, because I didn't like really have anything. I was like, go home, do homework, be done. Like that
Mm-hmm.
was it. It would work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so remember walking into like Salt Company, and like it was like like seeing like people that actually like, not that like we didn't have that at our old church or anything, but it was like I've never seen like someone like be so like forward with like inviting me in.
Mm.
And like I remember like sitting in like the worship, and it was like truly like impactful for me, because I've never like experienced like something like so honoring, you know what I mean. um and I just remember my heart like just broke, for like how I was living and like who I was and what I become. And so I like basically like just grabbed Salt Company by the hand, like just said like thank you God for this,
Mm.
and I like basically like just re-gave my life to like God and like remember like who I was and like who He said I am, like like re-explain like those friendships like in Salt Company and even like encourage me to go like outside of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had that kind of like foundation, and so yeah, it was like it completely like changed my life and like um it was I'm just like so blessed by it. And I eventually like started going to the chapel, which is that like church plant
Mm-hmm.
that like is from Salt.
Mm-hmm.
So and then yeah, from there it was like kind of like got in a community group that like next year with a group of guys who like I like did not deserve by any means, and I like cut out like all of like things that like were just sin in my life and like were like not to say I didn't struggle, like I
Mm-hmm.
still do struggle, but they were like they were guys that like genuinely like want to like see me like be better and like were walking that walk with me, and it wasn't like it wasn't judgment. I didn't have that like kind of like structure as
Mm-hmm.
much like before, um, and it was just like a group of dudes who like just met every Tuesday night at 8,
Mm-hmm.
and got to like just work through that kind of stuff together and like pray for each other, and really like ask like deeper questions,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of how I got into like even like reading like more books,
Yeah.
honestly, because I was like, dang, like I want to ask these like bigger questions but I don't have answers, so you got to
Yep.
find them.
Yep. There are people out there that have written about it. So
Yeah, so and then like even like that like sophomore year kind of like going into that, I guess like would have been my
that your
yeah
junior
my
year.
and no my sophomore year going into my spring, I like
Mm-hmm.
started like reading the Bible more, like actually like starting like a good relationship like with God, like having that personal relationship with Him
Mm-hmm.
again, and it just like exploded, and then like that went into like community group and got to like encourage other guys to do it. Did Gospel 101, which is like a little class about like how to share the gospel and what the gospel like truly is. It was really cool. So
So it sounds
yeah,
like a lot of it provided you almost like a tribe, a community, a place to that you felt you like you belonged.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah, and that I think is if there's one thing a lot of people our age are craving, I think it is
mm,
that sense of belonging. I think you can see it in just like people so wanting to like jump into a group of some sort, whether it's being identified by politics or a political movement, or being identifying as like with a pickleball group, or like just wanting something to like plug into and be like a part of. I think
mm,
that's it's something that probably around the same times, fall 2023, spring 2024.
mm.
I had a similar kind of like life falling apart kind of
Yeah,
feeling, and like after that, one of the biggest things I remember thinking about was like I had people I could go hang out with, like I had people I could go like watch football with or
yeah,
play basketball with or play cards with, but I didn't have any like people who got me. Like,
yeah,
and there was that. Let's see, that was my sophomore year would have been. I don't know. Maybe that would have been my junior year, spring 2024, right? Yes, because
mm.
I'm a year. Yeah.
Ahead of me.
So
Yeah,
so my situation was probably like a year before you, but
mm,
around coming back around to my junior year, your sophomore year. So that's when that happened to you. I was realizing the same need for a community. I remember
yeah,
I was the vice president of the Christian ministry on my campus,
mm,
and I remember really trying to fight, and I think ultimately lost to try to make it more of like a brotherhood.
mm,
A like because our school Wabash like really academically rigorous. Like people are reading books and like
mm,
writing papers and doing homework all the time. And the three things that we did for uh, the ministry thing, it was Wabash Christian Man,
mm,
was there was a book club on Tuesday nights, Bible study on Thursday nights, and then like another. like more intensive Bible study-ish kind of thing. It was less Bible study, more of like men's group kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like academic, intense.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, guys often just need like connect through doing things with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like if we're all doing things, eating together, like even just playing like spike ball together, like having the fun aspect is like, it's one thing to, I think, sit in the circle and just like talk, but another thing to, okay, you do that, you go play basketball, and then you come back and do that. It's like, it's
Got to be a balance.
yes, and you got to be balanced, but you also like get both parts of the connection
Yeah.
of you like you won a game with a guy.
Yeah.
There's some like the camaraderie there,
Yeah.
and I think that was something I really pushed for because I was really craving that myself. That year I came in to it trying to find like my group, and I didn't end up finding it there. I ended up joining a fraternity about the same time, but that started leading me towards finding like-minded guys. Like my pledge father, like I was his best man the next May. So I went on a camping trip with him, like fall break, and then come back to May. He was a senior. He graduated. I was his best man and started keeping up with him. So that's also probably close to when we reconnected.
Yeah.
Probably coming around that May. That was before I went out to Montana.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because that was the winter. Yeah, because that was when we were still part of that college and career group. Yeah. So that's when we had reconnected again.
Yeah. No, that was that was a while ago.
That
it feels
was.
like it's crazy, but we've like, and I think it kind of took off like basically just from there, and like
Yep.
even though I kind of like stopped going like around there a little bit later, but like just like, and it's not like we have to like check up on each other like 24/7, but bro, like I know you're a dude that like I can just like call you up anytime and be like, yo, like how like what's going on? Like we just pick up like right where we left off. So
and then I think after that semester, the next time I came back, it was your 21st. I had got back from Montana the day before. I think you called me as I was driving back. He was like, hey, what are you doing Wednesday? Like, I'm getting back from Montana. He's like, well, it's my 21st.
Yo,
Do you want to come with me?
Well, it's like, my dad. Bro, Dad, if you listen to this, I'm like, this is on you. And me. But he's like, he took us out to Taze River Beer and Co.
Yep.
We had a couple beers, and then we went to Harry's chocolate shop, which at that time it was like I did not like that. It did the birthday shot. It was like, the worst thing ever. With like vodka and like jalapenos and
it was brutal.
Yeah, but
I smelled it. I remember before you it even got to you.
Yeah.
I was like, have fun with that.
Yeah. No, I remember washing my mouth out because it was just so gross. It just tasted terrible. But yeah, and we went to like after that we went to Lafayette Brewing Co., which is closed. We talked about that. And then
the Bourbon Cigar Lounge.
Bourbon Cigar, that was a great time.
That was the peak.
That was awesome. Yeah. it was a good time.
Because your dad just like knew half the people we ran into that
dude.
day.
He's he knows everybody in Lafayette almost. He's like, I think I get like the talking from him, like just because he's a guy, like you know. But yeah, so like we went to Bourbon and Cigar. Of course, like my dad, like shout out, he like paid for like all of it, which thank you.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. Great experience, and a learning experience. And then after Bourbon and Cigar, I went to Thiem and Wagner. I was kind of rocking by then.
That was
a downhill.
Down
it was not great. It was rough. But then we went into to People's, and that was when all crap like went loose.
Yep.
It was in the bathroom.
But,
it was poor you, bro.
I got puked on out the window.
Yeah, I was like, I chucked outside the window and like rolled down, and he had
my window was down already.
Yeah, I was like, oh, bro, okay. I'm like, I felt so bad. My dad made us both ramen noodles.
Yep.
Which like great job. Take care of
Yep,
it.
and then we were on those couches for probably the next 12
Oh
hours.
yeah.
We turned a
100%.
movie on, but I don't like.
I think was it Yellowstone?
We did that the next day.
Okay.
We did like a veg day because
Yeah.
remember we went and got donuts.
Yeah, I remember. That was
Yeah,
good. Those were good donuts.
those were good
though.
donuts.
Yeah.
The
But
hammer donuts.
yeah, hammer donuts. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
we turned on some movie, but then I was just
I
like
don't
out.
remember what it was.
No.
Yeah. No, I was like, it's also been like so long, so I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a learning curve for me. My dad probably should not have let me get that much, but
It was a
it was
lesson.
it was learn how much you can take now
Yeah.
and before it's too late. So
Yeah.
and I haven't had that much since. So thank
I've
God.
never had that much ever.
Well, because you can't afford it, or just because you didn't want to.
Well, you've seen my bourbon collection. Like
That's
I could
okay. That's fair.
I could do it if
Yeah.
I wanted to.
No, like, bro, I could not, bro. I'm a broke college student right now. It's not happening.
Both take the sip of the electrolytes
Oh,
at the
yeah.
same time.
Stay salty, guys. Word.
Alrighty, so now back to Salt Company.
Yeah.
So obviously you stuck around with it enough that you're willing to fly down to Austin for it. So
Yeah.
what did your involvement with Salt turn into? Like what's your
Yeah.
kind of active role and
Yeah.
how did that develop?
Yeah. So, like I said, I got involved in a community group, which is like our version of like a small group, and so that was awesome. Like those guys, like I said, like just really built me up, and built each other up. I remember like calling like my group leader actually, like just like random times 'cause I was like going through a breakup or whatever, like just like but and he was just like a total G, like total guy for me. Which we all need those guys out there. Like be that guy.
Be the guy.
Be that guy. Be the guy. Anyways,
There's our
but-
clip.
Yeah, clip it. Yeah, nah, but sorry. But anyways, we like that like kind of semester really like because like I said like that was like right after my 21st, so I was like experiencing like the bar like place
Mhm.
and like that kind of like turned to like man I was a daily like not a daily but like a regular weekly
Mhm.
at like the Cactus, which is like that's if you know like the Neon Cactus, but like eventually like that like dropped off like pretty like within like a couple months, just because like I started to realize like holy cow like I'm going out and getting like drunk like on like a fairly like every other week, like like
Uh-huh.
this isn't life. This is the life I want to live, and so like they and my community groups like all to thank for that, and my boys and like council, but yeah, and then I started like looking at this mission trip to India, um which is just like so awesome. And I was like, like I'm like they started like talking about it and like a big voice for like Salt Company also is Luke 10:02. And it says like the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So send more laborers out to the harvest basically. And like part of that is like like also in Matthew 28, like the Great Commission, right? Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And so I was like really kind of moved by that. I've always like saw like we've seen like mission trips and stuff
Mhm.
like that, like where you go build a house and like
Yep.
or you go like help the homeless, like stuff like that. But I've never like done anything like outside of the country or crazy or like daring like that. I've never even got the chance to. And so I saw this and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Like, like I could see what that's about.
You gotta go be that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go be that guy. But no, it was like it's really cool and like I eventually like filled out the application, met with a guy, I met with Beads, Brandon Johnson, and like had an amazing talk about like my testimony and like past and like where I'm at now, where my walk is, how my relationship with Christ is, and a couple of different things too that they put on that thing, which is awesome. Like if you're ever interested in that, do it. If you're in Salt Company, but and if you're in anything, whatever. But Yeah, I was like, I had a great conversation with Beej, and like really just like went in depth. I'm like, I honestly like didn't think I'd get it. Like I was just like, like after like what he's seen, like I've been through, and like seeing like kind of the person I was, and like where I'm at now, how I'm like still kind of like struggling a little bit. Like it's like I wasn't expecting to get anything.
Like an approval for the trip or something?
Yeah, no. Um, but like it's also yeah. So like I found out like I was going, and like I found out I was going on a trip. I didn't know where I was going yet, and like a couple of my friends were like doing them. Like McKenna went, and my buddy Ethan Curry went, and like so I knew those people, but I didn't know like anybody else. So I was like, yo, I don't know what this looks like, um, but I got into that and like really just like took off, and found out we were going to India. Had my team, um,
When was this? Like, thinking February 2025 or something like that?
no,
Or
this is like we found out we were going like November of 24.
okay.
And so, like late November, December kind of deal. Find out and like we were like, oh my gosh, it's going crazy. And like
Mm-hmm.
we were the first missionary to ever be sent globally by Salt Purdue.
Mm.
So it was like a big thing. Um, I didn't feel special like at all. Like I'm just like I'm a guy from like I'm a redneck from middle of
Indiana.
like Indiana. Like what do you what do you want me to do? Um, and so like but I had that like great conversation and everything, and like God always like he qualifies the called, um, yeah, qualifies the called. He doesn't call the qualified, um, and so like through that like we had like global conference like eventually in like January,
Mm-hmm.
which I think they're starting to go. I think that's in a couple weeks for this year, um, but
That makes sense. It's this time. It's the time of year for conferences right now.
yeah, yeah, and so that was freaking awesome, dude. Like and like really got to like set like bonding with my teammates and like bond with that group of guys and girls. We had four guys, four girls, um, all who like I consider like my brothers and sisters right now. And they'll always be family to me. But um, yeah, like really, and even like that, like we started meeting like every Monday for like prayer and like just kind of like talk about like
Before India.
yeah, before India. So like this was like during the semester, and we'd meet like weekly, and that was like the foundation, of really like our bond, um, and so like when we went overseas, like we like one of the hosts would like made a comment like, dude, like you guys are like so we've never seen like a team like be this kind of like put together or like have that sense of unity as much, which is a really big compliment for us. But we also like put a lot of work into it, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and like being there for each other,
Mm-hmm.
and like calling each other out. Like that was like a blessing for like everybody. And I think that was what really made it. And then yeah, so I went overseas to India for like 2 months. It was really cool. Got immersed in a new culture, with a new belief and new values. Like seen a lot of crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff I wish I didn't see, and like some stuff that like, wow, like I'm glad I was there for that. Like
What's one of each of those?
one of each of those,
One that you wish you didn't see, and then one that you were glad you did see.
bro. Yeah. Um, I think the one that like I would say, man, like I wish I didn't see, um, was like, man, there was one time like we kind of we were traveling, um, from what we call like Right Town, um, like in like one place, like it was one part of like our town to
Mm-hmm.
another, um, and it was on the sidewalk. Like there's a woman getting like beat by her husband, um, for like stuff, and that was like really hard to just see, and having to like it is like culturally acceptable, there, right? Not legally acceptable, but like culturally, um, but the police kind of like they're gonna take the culture,
Mm-hmm.
which is like nothing to them, but like, because like they think they're doing the right thing culturally, but because like that's a family matter to them, um, but it doesn't mean it's like right,
Mm-hmm.
So, um, we were able to like get that lady help and also even counsel like the husbands, which was really cool. Um, but that was a rough watch and like kind of like exposed like wow I'm definitely not in the States, like this is not like that like when you land, but like when you like see that, that's wow, like that's a reality in some places.
And that was a glad that you did see or a wish you didn't see?
I guess like it's a little bit of both, low
Yeah.
key, because like I wish I didn't see it like from my heart, but like I'm glad I did see it because like I was able to prevent it,
Yeah.
like from going any further,
Mhm.
um yeah, we stood there for about like a half hour, like waiting for people to like get there to help her, because we had like a crowd around us and everything, like of course, you see like the white guy over there, which is like a very real thing. Like they would like we'd ask to get like pictures and stuff,
Mm.
because like to them like it's an anomaly. Like
Yeah.
like we're the only like white people in this town, and like the only like Americans. I'm the only blonde haired, blue eyed guy, and it's like in a billion people. Like
Yep.
very very highly populated in India.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so it was like we obviously like already drew attraction. So when like we were doing that, like there's a crowd that like started to form, um, and so like that was the whole thing. But yeah, I think like one that I was like really glad that I did see, um, was also just like I met my like a really good friend, on the street. That yeah, I mean, and I still talk to him and some other guys. So yeah, it's like those like relationships that you build over there
Mhm.
are like nothing like here, you know what I mean? Like, in here, like, it's like especially in the States, I don't see like, not in Austin, but, like,
Yeah.
just US in the Western mindset is, like, it's so, like, me, um, and not so much, like, over there, it's, like, you, like, how can I serve you better?
Mhm.
And, like, that's what's on their mind, and it's all about, like, honor and shame, versus, like, we are, like, a guilty and innocent culture,
Mhm.
um, and so, like, it's, like, knowing, like, wow, this is, like, what it means to, like, truly serve. And like I just remember like, dude, I want to take this home.
Mm.
I want to live this out, in any capacity that I can, and like just like be the hand and feet of the church and the gospel, right? Like, um, and so I was like, I try to do my best. I don't only do it because like I get lazy. I'm flawed, but I want to be able to like try to remember that for the rest of my life. So, yeah, just yeah, I guess that's like a little bit of everything, but
Yeah,
like yeah.
and then you also now lead one of those community groups, right? Or co-lead?
Yeah, yeah, I co-lead a community group in a in company now this semester for the first time. It's like awesome. I co-lead with my buddy Ben Polster. He's just a dog. Love him. And like we have a group of guys that meets again like Tuesday at 8.
Mhm.
Like because we were both in that like old one. Sorry, I
Uh,
just hit your mic. But like we were both in that like community group the year before.
mhm.
Um, and so like, dude, what if we just like run it back, you know? And so like we was like, all right, Ben and Seth, Tuesday
Uh-huh.
today, and so which kind of works because he's in hockey, but yeah, it's like, dude, I'm trying to get emotional, but like um, just seeing like my boys like just like ask questions and like being able to like sit down and have conversations with them, like of like, dude, like how's your life like been going? Like, where's your walk with Christ? But also like being able to like them like I hear stuff in their stories and I learn like so much. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'm like, wow, like how can I like I get to be a part of that guy's story,
Yeah.
and they get to be a part of mine. Like that's so beautiful. And like watching them like have moments like where I was, where like I was kind of like just lost, but I wanted to like learn more. And like, dude, it's so rewarding just to see the the face of like whoa, like just like even like seeing him break down, like cause like bro, that's like a moment where like God is like truly moving. Like I believe he's truly moving in that, and like he can like just uses that for his glory, and like they see that and they recognize that and they're like, wow, like yeah, we don't deserve this, but this is everything that he's given me, and this is the joy that I get from that. It's just so beautiful. So yeah, we just had Salt Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Just like actually past weekend, I like came like a couple days after that down here. So um yeah, and so that was like a group of 7,500 people from Salt
From around
gathered
the
in,
country.
yeah, across the country, gathered in Des Moines, Iowa, to like to it's crazy, bro. Out of all places, Des Moines, but like to celebrate like just God and like what He's done. We got to hear like 4 sessions and sermons about like I think it was First Peter 2 and 1, First Peter 1 and 2, just amazing. And we had like breakout sessions that you could like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
learn about each one. They're all posted on.
And in a lot of these
Yeah.
situations in the community groups and then at like Salt Company, I'm interested in because like a lot of people have talked about like Gen Z
Yeah.
is something that a lot of people just like to talk
Mm.
about. And then a big part of that is the spirituality and then the growing interest in Christianity.
Mm.
What in your experience, like in those, like, like what are the concerns of a lot of the young men that you're like, whether it's maybe not quite like a little bit of a mentor role with in those community
Yeah.
groups and in those breakout rooms? What are the main like concerns? What are people like thinking about, worried about, like wanting to do better in? Like, what are some of the main things people are thinking about?
Yeah. I think that's a loaded question. Yeah. I think like stuff that they're kind of like dealing with is like you have like kind of like exactly what I kind of had too of like dude, like you have this like college atmosphere and like even this like party and like even like money. Like I want to
Mm,
make a lot of money, so I'm gonna like pour out my heart into like this and stuff. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, and like so they're like battling with this, but they also like the ones that are like interested in like this like spiritual and like Christian life, like following the good life, right? Um, I think it's like dang that Soldiers like kicking in, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, I think like it's that battle of like, dang, how do I like enjoy this? Like and also like I want to be God honoring, you know what I mean? And I think that's like a big struggle with like we see like people coming to Christ for the first time. And there's this like massive population that's growing right now. Because like and like I guess like one of my fears too, which like we've kind of talked about this earlier, was um like I hope it's a genuine faith. You know what I mean? Like, because Christianity is like exploding. It's becoming popularized. It's like kind of like hitting like top charts in worship, like
hmm
songs. You know,
Yeah,
I was
when you
kind of
got
like,
like Jelly Roll and Brandon Lake doing, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and like I don't want to, and I like those are all like great, like um, but I like one of my prayers is like, dude, I hope it's like out of a genuine heart to like serve God, because it's not. It's like it's not even like Salt Company. It's not Salt Company. It's not like your church or your denomination or like whatever. It's just God by His grace, and like I want my boys to know that like it's not like Salt Company. It's not me. It's not anybody else that can do that. It's genuinely like Jesus that's gonna save you. Um, and so I think like that's a struggle of like how do we enjoy like things that like were made for enjoyment, and God like
hmm
wants us to delight in that, but also like obey like His will for us, right? And like obey that kind of like calling for like God like disciple me and like lead me in the ways of righteousness, right?
So
Um,
probably wrestling with that balance of, I don't know, like on a spectrum of going off the deep end and not doing anything,
yes,
kind of a
yes,
deal of, I think that one thing that a lot of people talk about is young people like tend to be more polarized just in a lot
yeah,
of things. It's like you're either getting hammered every night or you're in your house doing nothing.
Yeah.
You're either 8 hours a day on social media or it's the devil.
Yeah.
You're either like sleeping around or you haven't had a girlfriend ever. Like,
Yeah, like I think there needs to be like a healthy medium um of like respect on both sides. Like I think this is like I'm getting older, so like I'm like I don't feel like I know I don't look old, but like I feel old, and so like I prefer
at
night in
22.
sometimes, like low key. So like I guess you're 23, yeah, you're the old
I'll
guy.
be turning 23 in a month, so
Oh crap,
I'm not even
dang,
23 yet.
bro, we're still 22 though.
I know.
Good. But yeah, just a couple of geezers blowing
Yep.
crap. Yeah, I think like when it comes to like polarization, like it's insane because like we're kind of like hot and like ready to go. We get caught up in the emotion
Mm-hmm.
and the feeling of it, and like that's just like not like it's not healthy for one. I don't think it's healthy, and those feelings can be used for like good things, and they serve a purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
For
but
whatever, whether it's the political, religious,
yes, no
yeah,
matter what
whatever.
it is.
Yeah.
But your feelings are not facts. And so it's important to like make that distinction of like, cause like, dude, like I feel like I could like do this, right? Or like, but I like, what should I actually do? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I want to go buy a new car, right? I don't got money for that. And like, number one, and it wouldn't be the most financial smart decision, right? Um, and so I think when it comes to like those polarizations, it's like, dude, like, yes, it's like it's totally okay to like enjoy yourself. Don't get drunk. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally okay to like treat yourself a little bit, but just be financially responsible,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I think, especially like we see this in like political debates, and we see this in like even in the church too, of um, like don't drink because it's bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like don't do this or that, right? Well, I think like especially in like I'm just gonna use drinking because
Mm-hmm.
it's easy, but I think like the whole thing about don't drink, um, is like fair, but like remember why?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm not drinking to get drunk, dude. Like that's not my thing. I'll have a beer and I'll enjoy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna like drink solely for the purpose of like I want to get messed up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I have that in check right there. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a values thing, like
hmm
knowing what you value and why. Because, like,
yeah,
I think there's either too many rules without reasons or just like no rules in general. Like, you get the kids that um, go off the deep end because they were told, like, just don't do X, don't do Y, don't do Z
yeah,
without any like why behind it. Why
yeah,
not? And then it's go off the deep end. It's like rules that it's just rigidity. And
yeah,
rigidity, like, it's kind of like the whole like a rule is meant to be broken or there to be broken. And like that's it's I think this thing that happens with humans is they become what you treat them.
yeah,
Like if you treat like a kid like there's someone who's always going to try to break the rules no matter what, and your goal is to like make sure they don't break the rules, you're going to turn them into a rule breaker because that's
yeah,
all they're ever trying to do
yeah.
is
Or
to
how they
like
get attention too.
yes and
Yeah,
yeah. And so um,
yeah,
then you got the opposite where you've got people who have no rules. It's the like live free and
yeah,
all that sort of a thing. And
mm,
then you get kids that are just like you get people who are crazy, like they don't have any foundation for anything.
yeah,
And so I
yeah,
think it's knowing, kind of coming to a place of finding what you value. That seems to be a lot of what the conversations, if they're trying to figure out, okay, how far
hmm
do I go? It's learning like, what do I actually want to do?
yeah, yeah,
I think that's a lot of that's a lot of my experience has been in life of like, okay, my natural thing is to like, well, there was a time when I didn't go out and like hang out with people. I
mm,
was like socially anxious.
yeah,
And then I was like, okay, I want to go out and like break that. I want to like,
yeah,
and like when I moved to Austin, I was going out and just like meeting people.
Yeah.
I was
Yes
like, if
to
someone wants to
everything.
go get a beer, I'm gonna go get a beer.
Yeah.
If someone's having like they're playing pickleball on Saturday morning, I'm going to go play pickleball. If they're playing flag football, I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah.
And then it comes to the new year, and I'm like, well,
Yeah. Wore out a little bit.
yes, and I think that's a lot of the game of human life is okay. You're at one place that's not good. We're gonna push and we're gonna keep pushing, and then okay, you hit a good spot, but then maybe you push a little bit further. Okay, we gotta pull it
Back it
back.
up, yeah.
And so I'm probably gonna end up going into a stage of life where like I'm probably gonna pull back a little bit, relax more, spend my evenings in, and then there will be a point where okay, you start going back out
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Like
I think it's all about finding like I think in your case like that's like breaking free of those boundaries too,
Mhm.
like of like some of that. And I think there's like I think when it comes to like alcohol, that's like more of like a I think that's more of a like I would say like if you're a Christian, like just don't get drunk, honestly. But like stay at least like no like 1 to 2 beers, like set a limit for yourself that like you don't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
And I think like or even like some of those like morning like I would call it morning rituals or like getting ready
Mhm.
is like starting your day off right to like know like hey this is gonna be good. But also like just relax it a little bit. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't have to do the face ice plunge or whatever. Like I don't know what they're doing with that or like what it does, but I'm just like I don't want to be cold in the morning, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like, but I think like knowing like and I think that's also like learning more about yourself too. Like what like you said, like
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
Yep.
I think one thing that like is like kind of been a thought for me. I'm reading this book again, called A Scandalous Freedom. And it's like it talks about like the freedom of the gospel, but it also talks about like, dude, like there's so much that like you can do, but yet we feel like we have to like hammer down like
Mhm.
these rules and like that the Bible or even like the commandments are just like a bunch of rules to keep us from having fun. Like
Mhm.
no, bro. Like it's you called to enjoy life, bro. That's like why we have it, right? It's also called to like spread the glory of God.
Mhm.
Like we all image bearers of Christ. Um, and so like that's been like a really big thing for me is like, yo, like I want to like not be so hard on myself. Like we have like um a saying in Salt. It's like we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we take Jesus pretty serious. And so like that's like kind of like bro, like I'm gonna chill, like you know what I mean? Like I feel like I was like used to be like so hardcore
Yeah.
about like all this kind of like stuff of like okay I have to like get ready at this time, like be out the door. I gotta make sure I read, and I'd stress out about it, bro.
Yeah.
Like we build this like lifestyle that like we control like what we do.
Mhm.
Um, but we make it more hard on ourselves and more stressful. Like you have you have grace, bro. Like you can chill. You don't have to like read right now, or you don't have to like, you know, go have a drink. You know, like feeling like even like some of those like relationship
Mhm.
like struggles of like I need to like keep up with this guy and like really like work on it. And like if that's like a real like thing like you do need to work on like absolutely do it. Um, but like also know that there's like give yourself some grace, bro. Like I think there's um yeah, that theory of like hot and cold again.
Mhm.
It just like it's so real and it's so prevalent in like every aspect of our lives cuz like what I've noticed especially about like this like generation and like even like the newer ones like that are I don't know what they're called
Gen
but
A.
Gen A. Okay. Yeah, them. Like it's more of like we are like as what are we?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. Okay, we're Gen Z. Like I think like we are like well I looked up a statistic. It's like we're the most anxious generation than ever before. And like dude like but why? Like we're more like we have the most social freedom we've ever had, right?
Mhm.
With like social media and all this. We have more technology than any other generation in its past. Um and like we have like maybe not the most like financial struggles, but
Yeah.
like it's like these like things that are supposed to be setting us more free has actually made us more bound.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially like social media and like apps. I'm all for like I have like Instagram. That's like about all I have because like if I'm on anything else, I'll get like distracted. And, I already got ADHD, but like how much more do you want? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like dude, like I could spend like hours scrolling and you just get lost, dude. Like when I could like read a book, which is so lame, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's actually kind of fun. Um, or you can like learn a new hobby. You can go hang out with your friends, even if it's just sitting in in their presence, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be talking.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, I think, those two things that you talked about. Like one of finding belonging with salt
Mm,
is that anxiety, like the whole mental health thing. I think so much of the source of it is a lack of knowing who we are, and
mm,
it's not like there's a whole lot of like discover yourself, know what you want to do, like know what you want to do as a career, but it's a lot of like I think we feel like we belong and we're comfortable when we know who we are in relationship to others. It's like you need to know who you are. This, like this element can means nothing sitting in the fridge over there. Like if no one ever drinks the can, it doesn't do it. It doesn't serve its purpose. But it's
right.
when it's in my hand, it's serving its purpose. And I think like all of
Mm,
us need to have others. Like we are only meaningful in relationship
mm,
when our life impacts others. It was something I was talking about um, with a buddy on my drive down when I flew back into Dallas after the
mm,
holidays. Um, that I think that we want a certain amount of weight to our life, not just like, and I think that's what meaning is like when you've got. I think that's the language of my burden is light
mm,
in the Gospels is the that we do want responsibility.
yeah.
We want someone to rely on us.
Mm,
Like we want someone like, hey, I missed you at the community group or
yeah.
whatever. It's like, hey, I missed you at church. Like that's like, oh, that person missed me. Like there's
Yeah.
this. It's because someone else is there that you matter. Like
Yeah.
someone took notice of that, and then your presence impacts them.
Yeah.
Like we want our presence, our existence to impact other things, to have weight for other things where it means something.
Mm,
Um, so I think that's one of the things, but then also like values,
mhm,
like knowing what you want to do,
yeah.
like and choosing that. It's agency.
Yeah.
Um, like when you stress yourself out of, okay, I've got to do X, Y, and Z to get out the
Yeah.
door in the morning. It's because you have to do the thing. You
Right.
created a system where you have to do the thing and you don't have agency
Right.
anymore.
Right.
It's like this is something that it's either if I don't do, I suck. If I do, okay, we got the check mark off.
Yeah.
And it because again, it's like you're not making the choice there. It's
Mm,
someone else, this kind of like figment of your imagination, the rule in your mind,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
get it done, buddy. And
Yeah.
um I think that it's agency and then like agency within community, within relationship to
Mm,
other things, in relationship to other people that um, it's being a character in a story. Like I
mhm,
think that's what it is.
yeah.
It's like no, like when you're uh, like Bilbo Baggins in The
Yeah.
Hobbit, he's like just sitting there, like
Yeah.
sitting in his house, and he's
Um,
having meal number 5 of the day, and
mm,
Gandalf says like, "Hey, let's go on an adventure," and then
there you go.
the dudes show up and they all just start
Yeah,
going.
bro. Get the boys
Get
West
the get
Valley.
yeah, and
Like,
like okay, you've got a goal, you've got people
yeah.
to do it with, and you're moving in a direction.
Yeah.
Like that's what we want. We
Right.
want to be moving in a direction with others.
Yeah.
Like that is what life is.
And I think like, yeah, I think that's like a great point because like it's so much of life is like literally we were made to be like social creatures. We
Hmm.
talking about this
Yeah.
like earlier, and it's like, dude, like what a blessing that like we can like enjoy each other's company
Hmm.
and like just simply that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it doesn't have to like be like super stressful or anything. Like I think like especially like community, like we take that for granted so much. And like I think of even like some people who like kind of just stay like kind of like inside, like they kind of like isolated a little bit, like even like just like stay like to themselves, like dude, like and like there's like introverts, so
Mhm.
like but like I'm like I kind of like I like to have my alone time. Don't get me wrong, but like bro, like there's like so much that you can like get to experience, and like if you don't have a reason for like doing what you're doing, then like what's the point? You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And like for me, that's like biblically, like dude, like that is like we're called to like you know praise Him and like sing um his glories and his excellencies, right? Um and like I think like that is what we should like kind of be like striving for, and that gives me purpose. But like
Mhm.
not only that, like that gives me like purpose to do a lot of stuff. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like to go hang out or go to that coffee shop. You know,
Mhm.
even if it's by myself, like because I know there's gonna be other people there. Like
Mhm.
it's not rocket science. Like it's legit just like being in the presence of others, and like we see that so much in like and when I was in India, like they even like they'll just get groceries for that day,
Mm.
and then like they won't like the next day just because it means like they have to get up and they have to go and experience like other people's company
Mm.
because that's like their kind of like
Yep.
honor. And I think like dude, if we could have that here, like obviously like a little bit like well, I guess we're kind of like a little bit bigger statewide, but like
Yeah.
also like spread out. But um like wow, like I think they got that right. You know what I mean? That value of like community is so important. And like learning to kind of like have that and how like where can I find that um is like that's a journey like everybody should like really kind of explore.
And it's something that takes intentionality. Like you
Absolutely.
experienced that with preparing for India.
Yeah.
Like you put a system in place like, hey, we're all going to be here at this time on Monday.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we as kind of a generation are having to rethink of like,
Mm,
okay, because there aren't like public spaces necessarily like that people just like naturally go to anymore. Like
yeah.
there aren't many like clubs and churches and all these like there
Mhm.
aren't these social groups that people go to. There's like people aren't even like bowling anymore.
Yeah.
Like there aren't even like
Yeah.
bowling leagues anymore.
Yeah.
It's like um there's all these things that used to just be normal.
Yeah.
Like the those were just institutions
Yeah.
that were there. But then they were like, we don't need these things. Like because they seemed arbitrary. It's like, why have these things? Why have church? Like, why do we need church? What,
Yeah.
like, I can just worship at home. Like, I can, like, why do I need
Yeah.
religion? Because I can just be spiritual. Why do I need
Mm,
to go to the grocery store? Because I can just order my stuff.
yeah.
Why do I need to go to a college when I can just learn online?
Yeah.
Why do I need to go sit down at a restaurant when I can go through the drive through?
Yeah.
And we've put so many things in place that it's just not a natural part of life anymore.
No,
Like
it's taboo.
it's
It
it's
really
it
is.
is kind of taboo. Like and um I th- there's things of the way we set up our world can either like nudge us towards something or nudge us away from
Yeah.
something. And most things right now are meant to like make it just a there's just a little bit more friction to
Mm,
meet people. It's just a little bit harder. There
yeah.
aren't like no one's actively like stopping you. I mean,
Yeah.
COVID, everyone's
Yeah.
actively stopping you from
Maybe.
getting together, but like
Yeah.
most things are just like,
It's mental, dude.
yeah.
Like it really is. And like, bro, like, cause I used to be a lot, like, I used to be pretty social, like, before, like, college, or, like, even, like, before, um, like, really, like freshman year, I guess, like, but, like, it's, like, so weird to, like, just, like, say hi to someone on the street or, like, compliment someone that you
Mm-hmm.
don't even know, like, dude, just, like, it's not hard, and, like, don't make it weird, cause you're making it weird, bro. Like, it's so easy just to, like, be kind and be a friend, but it's weird to even just say hey, what's up to like some stranger.
Mm-hmm. Or like last night we sang happy birthday to the people at the
Yes,
table behind
bro,
us. Like,
dude. And you know what? They were dogs. They were cool.
yeah.
Let's do that.
Yep.
And I think That's how, like, dude, like, you make friendships that way. You meet awesome people. Like, so you don't agree with them on everything, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like, dude, like, I think that's like part of that like social aspect that we're missing so much. It's like, just like talk and be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only like like I always say like I'm an awkward dude, but like I'm like awkward because you're making it awkward. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I'm weird and I like being weird. But like, you know, like if like I wanna feed off of that. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like go back and forth, stand out, be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be normal. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. There's Chris Williamson, the Modern Wisdom guy. He
Yeah.
did a live show here in Austin that I went to back in November, and one of the things he was saying is that um, like if you want to, I think he was talking about like choosing like your friends. Like
Mm,
he has this thing called like the lonely chapter. When you stopped being the party guy, you kind
mm,
of entered this like you lost a bunch of your
yeah.
friends, and then it's like you're kind of in this in between period.
Yeah.
He's like, well, like you don't probably want to be normal because the average person is like overweight, like doesn't have any friends, is spending 8 hours a day on social media, has had a divorce,
Scrolling.
is like the average person
Mm-hmm.
is not doing very well.
Yeah.
And so like to
Mm,
be not average is not a bad place to start, at least in
yeah.
some things. And I think we're as a generation having to like rethink how we want to do a lot of things because we're at the point where like okay, like, and it seems like a lot of people are at the point like they don't have friends, like they don't know
Yeah.
what to do, just like to hang out. They don't have a sense of purpose of life. Maybe they're just like waking up, going to school,
Yeah.
get good GPA, and go to sleep. And
There's so much more to life than that.
yeah, and I don't know that we've been given many good characters to play, role models,
Yeah.
roadmaps
Yeah.
of how to do that.
I think like yeah, and I agree with that. Like I think it's like part of that is just like paving your own too. Like, you know, like it takes that like quote unquote like leap of faith to
Yeah.
like do that, you know? And it takes like there's like one thing I heard that I want to start doing too, like more of because I kind of already do it at a coffee shop, but I want to do it like more boldly. It's like, you know, take yourself out to like on your own date, like, you know what I mean, like it like just like be because like that's so weird to like just go out by yourself too.
Hmm.
Um, is like
Yeah,
which
just go get a coffee and sit there in the coffee shop and
yeah
enjoy the coffee.
yeah like you don't have to like really do anything, like, you know what I mean. And I think like but that can also like translate into like when you go in like with friends just to talk,
Hmm.
like, you know what I mean, like in a good way, right? Like I think like like we have to be doing something, we have to be doing this because we live off of dopamine and stimulation, like in my opinion. But like I think like we get that like dopamine high and then we're trying to like because we like sit there and that's like what we're trying to find, like we're trying to fill this like hole, it like just gets bored, right? um and there's like learning like to I would call it like detox off
Hmm.
of it, and like just like sit and be like
Yeah.
that's a great practice. Like I've put in this like past year, kind of just like sitting. I call it like sitting in like God's presence. I'm just like I'm not necessarily like praying or anything.
Hmm.
I'm not even like really reading, but I'm just like
Yeah.
sitting and like just like letting it go and like just breathing, like, you know.
Because it so so many like a lot of people who are striving or want
Mm,
to strive tend to be like fill up the day with productive things,
yeah.
like to go go go, and like that tends to be my problem of someone who wants to get a lot of things done,
Mm,
to make every 5 minute window like okay, it's time to check the emails, like okay, send like respond to that
yeah.
email. It's like okay, what of my to-do list can I just knock out right here?
Yeah.
Like okay, like when I was in the like getting my oil change, like I drive my car up, sit there, it's like all
Yeah.
right, what's the next thing that I got to do?
Yeah.
Get the planner out, but then coming into the new year,
Mm.
it was really something that was sitting with me of remembering times like over the summer. I would every morning just go on like a 20-minute walk.
There you go.
Just go walk 10 minutes, walk 10 back. No headphones, no agenda. It's just, okay, the sun's up, go out, walk, hear the birds. And I think like, yeah, call back to the very beginning.
Yeah.
The birds.
No, real.
But there's to like peace of mind is such an underrated quality that because that's where when everything's quiet, it's like the whole still small voice thing.
Yeah.
Of I think it's in one of the King's books of Elijah, like with God, like the God wasn't in the firestorm, God wasn't in the earthquake, God wasn't in the thunderstorm. He's in the still small voice. This idea that like you learn more about yourself when everything is still, because that's when your subconscious, like your consciousness, like can just sit there, like, and just, it's almost like when you are just letting something run in the background.
Yeah.
Like it can just sit there and like and
Yeah. Breathe again.
just mull, and you and it's not like I'm not sitting there like thinking like, okay, I
No.
gotta figure out like what do I want to do with my life. But sometimes it's just letting your heart, your soul just buzz
Yeah.
and just figure it out. And those things require quiet. Like
Yeah.
I'm like in the new year, I was like, unless it's like something I really, really want to do, like there's a certain song I want to listen to, it's like silent car rides. If there's like, I'm not listening to podcasts while I work out anymore, it's just silent. If it's like when I'm making food, I'm not listening to music anymore, and not in the shower, not listening to music, just to have that peace, to not have chaos, and not have static just coming across at all times. Because that's when like you'll see things a little bit differently, when you can like, oh, like these little connections get made by your like non-thinking brain, that like it just pieces small things, little nuggets together, things that make life a little bit more exciting, more special.
Yeah. And people wonder like, which I'm a honey, like, but like I think like people wonder like why do you hunt, like, you know, and I always tell them like, honestly, like, well, the practical answer is like,
You like meat?
yeah, I get to provide like meat for my family and friends, like, and that's like enjoyable to me. And it's like I love getting to share that. But it's also like when you're out there, like in like I guess you don't have to even be like hunting for this. But like if you go on like a hike or you go camping, like dude, those like moments when like you see like the sun come up and like you watch like everything wake up for the day, dude, that is like the most peaceful thing you'll ever experience. And like just like because it's I almost call it like the quiet before the storm of like life, right? Because it's so peaceful, and like you just sit and like just enjoy, like, wow, like, because like you're not gonna find this, like, you're not gonna find it in a city, bro. Like you're not gonna find it, like, which I'm sure you can, but like I've yet to experience it in a city.
We'll take you to Zilker and
yeah, we'll get there eventually. But no, I think it's like they're just like such beauty, and just like and train. You have to train your mind. Like it's not an easy thing, by any means. But like learning to like be comfortable like with yourself and like new thoughts, but also like learning how to tame them, and like I think that's also like why we have like so much mental illness. Like, to be honest with you, like anxiety and depression, like they're skyrocketing. It's crazy. And I think like there's like absolutely like that's like an issue. And I think but like I think it takes some like time of like remember like who like God called you to be, for one, but also like allowing him allowing that to like sink into you, like, you know what I mean, in those moments too of like stillness. And like, yeah, I just like those are some of like the best like parts of my day. They like the best like
When it's all quiet.
yeah, when it's all quiet, cause like, and I love it like when people like come and just sit with me too, like in quiet, like cause they know like I'll be doing that. But it's like I think we're lacking some of that like reflection of wow, like that's good. So yeah, I agree.
And now,
Yeah,
at the silence, well, we got like a small pause there. I think that's a good time to
word.
cut it
Oh
off.
dang, right on time too.
Yep, right on time.
Sweet.
That's a perfect place to stop. So, Seth, thanks for joining me down here in Austin.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Think next up it's workout and sauna time, and then
Yes, sir.
it might be some Smash Bros, and then watching another podcast that
Let's
we
do
did
it.
with the
Let's do
boys
it.
later today. So,
Yeah.
shout out to Ray back
Yo.
there in the back. Let's go, Ray. How's the new
Word.
tonic? He didn't drink it.
He didn't
Are
drink
you
it?
bringing it
Yeah.
back? Did you even get one out? Okay, there you go.
That's fair.
Alrighty.
Word.
But until next time, thanks again for coming on, Seth.
Appreciate it, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Boom.
Word.